Hey guys, it's Tyrone and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be going over 5 tips on starting a wedding business in 2020. I've been in the wedding industry for 3 years now and I've been absolutely loving it. Before we get started, this video is assuming that you've invested initially in the gear and the software that you need and that you're looking for tips and advice on operating and running a successful wedding business from scratch. Let's get to it. Alright, so tip number 1 is to find yourself a mentor. Early on you don't have very much experience at all, so the best way to do that is to find the people in the industry you can learn off. Early on I partnered with a photographer and I created the video content for all her couples, and that really gave me the fundamental ground experience that I needed in those early days to be able to then confidently break away on my own and start booking couples of my own. It doesn't take too much effort, just reach out on social media, find someone whose work you like or admire and that they're willing to let you in and provide some work opportunities for you. And just social media, give them a call, meet up with them, and you never know what opportunities are just waiting in your local area. Tip number 2 is pretty straightforward as well. You'll just want to watch other people's wedding videos, see what other businesses are doing in your area, see what competition's out there, and just check out the content that they're releasing. See what style you like from them as well. Seeing how other people approach a wedding can really help you create your own style. There's so many different types of wedding videos. You can have narrative, linear, non-linear. You can kind of just make up your own little cinematic adventure for the wedding day. After a little bit of experimenting, you'll definitely find a style that works best for you. So just full disclosure, there's absolutely no right or wrong way to produce a wedding video. Just create content you love and someone else is bound to love it as well. I ended up finding my style quite early on. I experimented with handheld stabilizers and I found out I didn't really like that. It kind of slowed the whole process for me down a little bit. I moved away from that and started using tripods as counterweights, experimented using handheld and using my body to get the different movements that I needed. And for a wedding, as a run and gun shooter, I think that works much better than having bulky equipment. You need to be quite agile and light on your feet, so using your body to create the movement is going to be much more efficient and you're going to be a much more low impact shooter, which I think on a wedding day, it goes a long way in showing your professionalism and the quality of your work. Adding on to that, I definitely like a more linear approach to the edit. You can do whatever you want in terms of creating a different visual style. A lot of companies will add in narrative and voiceover at the start and kind of weave it in and maybe tailor some grand cinematic adventure. I like to keep my edits nice and short, about 7 minutes at the most. It's nice for the couple to sit down and watch a really nice compact highlights of their wedding from start to finish. So the same way the day happens, from prep all the way to the reception, I keep that structure and just alter it a little bit to do some little cinematic elements. Like I said before, there's no right or wrong way to produce a wedding video. It's totally up to you. You'll find you'll be booking couples that like the style that you create, and so stick to that. Alright, so tip number 3 is a really big one. You need to know how to price yourself accordingly to the market that you're appealing to. So for me in the Brisbane market, it ranges from about $1,000 to $5,000 for a wedding video package, and that can tailor from feature to a little cinematic to full day. I have a huge range. But when pricing your product, just be sure not to undervalue it. Make sure you're allowing yourself enough time to reach the quality of a video that you really want to produce for your couples. When you're starting out, you might feel the incentive to price yourself really low. That might be absolutely fine. You'll get bookings for sure, but when you start building up your portfolio and you have that experience, bump your prices up and you'll still find you're going to be receiving just as many bookings as you were beforehand, and your quality of work will go up and you'll have a much more stable business platform for the long term. Okay, tip number 4 is to communicate with your couples, and as soon as they reach out, establish a communication straight away. Try to get an email back to them with under 48 hours, because they're going to reach out to you and they're going to appreciate your efficiency, and you'll immediately start forming that relationship with them, getting the conversation going about their wedding, and most likely you'll be the first one in the bank and you'll book the wedding. This sounds a little bad, but you do have to sell yourself in the initial process of emailing. You have to make the client feel really comfortable and trusting in your process and let them know what's going to happen in the next few steps, which usually leads into a face-to-face meeting. Now, you don't have to do a face-to-face meeting. You can do a phone call, a Skype session, but those are a little awkward. Personally, I've always found that heading over to the couple's home or a cafe and sitting down, having a chat, just going through the day, having a laugh, and really getting to know the couple that you're going to be filming. They get to know you in the same process. process, it just makes the whole day run smoother. They have a good trust in you. You end up forming a friendship. And when that day rolls around, you just turn up and enjoy the wedding day with them. There's no awkwardness at the start. I just make sure at the meeting that you get all the details that you need to before the wedding day starts. You can always get it provided to you on a spreadsheet and you can kind of write it down yourself. But I think going through the day step by step with them helps them be familiarized with your process on the wedding. And if you want a little handy layout, I will link mine down below so you can download that document, and it'll give you a good format for running a meeting. Okay, tip number 5 is to just chill out, enjoy the work. It's a really fun experience. It's a very social business. You get to travel for work, you see places, and you meet pretty awesome people along the way. It's a very idyllic kind of lifestyle. As a filmmaker, the skills I've learned on a wedding day in terms of being really efficient with shooting and getting the fantastic shots that I need and running audio equipment has helped me transition straight away onto a corporate and commercial set. And that always helps dividends when you can shoot a really high quality content in a fraction of the time of someone else. If you're a filmmaker, you're definitely going to love the wedding industry. It's very creative and experimental. You just do whatever you want and create really great content. It's up to you. The wedding day is a lot of fun. You'll learn to relax and to not stress about it too much. And eventually, with enough experience, you'll learn to predict things that'll happen on the wedding day, and it'll make it much easier. I am very, very thankful for the time I've had in the wedding industry. I don't plan to stop anytime soon. I've got big plans to keep continuing and expanding, but I'm very thankful and proud of the life that I've been able to create for myself and the portfolio I have behind me now. Okay, if you've stuck around this long, you get to reach the bonus tip. Ooh, bonus round. Integrate yourself within the wedding industry. The biggest thing you can do is to find yourself a community in your local area and meet up with them regularly, meet your other vendors and service providers in your local area. I'm really thankful. The Brisbane wedding industry is just a huge family. There's a fantastic wedding luncheon that happens a few times a year. Florists, caterers, DJs, music, lighting, everyone attends these events and you get to meet all these different wedding industry providers and just broaden your network of people and your appreciation for the industry. It's absolutely a big family in the end, and you never know who might want to give you some work along the way. So just keep your eyes open and don't burn any bridges. All right guys, that's the end. If you liked what you saw, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, thumbs down, comment down below and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon.